Super Idol de Charo, domain to 10 by Chung for the
Elden Ring Nightreign. I watched it and while I was streaming the Game Awards. I was like, Elden Ring 3? I mean, technically, kinda. So they're saying it's a standalone game, and I'm just like, how the fuck? We pretty much getting 3 Elden Ring games in a row because the Game Awards counting it as a fucking game now, right? Yeah, with the DLC, it was in the run for a Game of the Year. But let's see what this is. I was confused. I thought it was like another DLC because it's like it's like the same backgrounds and shit. It's just like let's see.
From the discovery of sprawling subterranean otherworlds to the startling second phases that completely turned the tables in so many of its boss fights, 2022's Elden Ring was a mesmerizing action RPG adventure that surprised players at every turn. Now, more than 2 years later, it appears that developer From Software isn't done with pulling the rug out from under the feet of its fan base just yet. With the surprise reveal of Elden Ring Nightreign, a standalone co-op spin-off that takes the cautious dungeon crawls of Elden Ring and turbocharges them into propulsive slash and dash speedruns. After spending some 6 hours of hands-on time with this bold new spin on From Software's own Souls-like formula, I can confirm that Nightreign is shaping up to be something truly unique. If Elden Ring was one of 2022's biggest chart-topping hits, then Nightreign would appear to be its dance floor-filling remix, chopped up, intensified in beats per minute, and designed to both excite fans of the original and broaden its appeal to the masses.
Yeah, so it's a separate game.
Now, unfortunately, because it was such an early build,
because it does, we all thought it was I thought it was a DLC at first.
Of the game that I played, I wasn't able to capture any footage, even though it was running great on.
Yeah, it is kind of. Well, it's coming out next year. I wouldn't say it's a little bit too early, but yeah.
PlayStation 5. So I apologize for the generic footage I'll be using here, and also for my generic face. Anyway, here's how Nightreign breaks down. Imagine stepping back into the opening area from the original game, only nothing in the landscape seems to be where you remember it. Also, there are 3 of you now, and everything seems to be happening at a much higher tempo. That's Nightreign in a nutshell. You squad up with 2 other players at the start of each round, get dropped into a densely packed alternate reality.
Each round? Okay.
Chunk of Limgrave that has both its enemy types and structures randomly shuffled around at the beginning of each session, and it's up to you and your squad mates to build up from your lowly level 1 character's status as fast as possible by harvesting runes and earning Destiny-style loot drops as you slash and dash through every enemy-filled camp that you come across. So
that sounds like fun though, but that's why, because I was like, how the fuck they got another game out that quick? So it's basically like everything reversed and like mixed up and shit. Okay. That sounds like fun though, like Destiny style loot drops and like just running through that. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
What's the big rush? Well, each session of Nightreign is structured as a 3-day cycle, with each in-game day taking about 15 of Nightreign is come across. So, what's the big rush? Well, each session of Nightreign is structured as a 3-day cycle, with each in-game day taking about 15 minutes to complete. At the start of the first day, you can pretty much pick any direction to plot your whirling path of destruction along, but as day approaches night, the space you can operate in narrows, and you're liable to be killed by acid-like rain should you find yourself caught for too long beyond the perimeter of the rapidly shrinking circle on the map, known as the Ring of Rain. In that regard,
what the? Whoa, what is going? Yo, wait, this sounds pretty fire though. What the fuck?
Nightreign is a bit like Fortnite, only with more medieval forts and knights and considerably less TikTok dances. Once the Ring of Rain reaches its smallest diameter at the end of the day, a major boss fight is triggered. Like the rest of Nightreign's enemies, these end-of-day bosses are always randomized, and during my repeat runs, I experienced clashes with familiar returning foes like a draconian tree sentinel, as well as—
Damn it! Damn it! I don't need— I fucking hate that motherfucker. I swear to God, if I see, shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yay. I swear to God, if I see those motherfuckers, Godskin Duo, y'all. I'm logging out. I'm sorry. I'm leaving the fucking session. I can't deal with those niggas, bro.
There's some brand new nasties like the centipede, a towering, twisting swarm
Well, that'd be fine because there's like 3 of us, but still, those niggas are goddamn.
of disgusting limbs, prone to detaching its body parts in an attempt to divide itself and conquer my crew. With the day 1 boss dealt with, day 2 begins and the Ring of Rain rescinds, allowing your squad to take a breath, regroup, and then resume ransacking the map for upgrades in preparation for the more challenging foes to come at the end of days 2 and 3. It's a structure that allows for a gradual build of tension before a palpable sense of accomplishment and release with each boss felled. Over time, my squad mates and I became a well-oiled machine as far as getting the balance right between beelining for churches to snatch up valuable HP flasks and taking down the more major overworld enemies like dragons and hippos in order to get maximum XP boosts for buck before the map was cast back into darkness.
Want new games on
Yeah,
day
so
one?
he said
We
there's
got
like,
you.
you only get 3 days. Damn, I wanted to go on forever. Maybe there's an option for that. Maybe I read it wrong. But yeah, I mean, up to 3 days.
Ready.
Oh, I'll. God damn, why the fuck are these fucking ads? God damn it, bro. I can't skip this shit. What the fuck? What the? God damn. Holy shit. And then there was no skip button for that.
Before the map was cast back into darkness.
Fuck.
We were also able to eventually settle upon the best combination of heroes for our group. You see, Nightreign doesn't feature the lengthy list of generic character classes that the original Elden Ring did, and players won't have to Google the difference between vague-sounding archetypes like the Prisoner and Wretch when they first hop into play. Instead, Nightreign offers 8 different heroes to choose from, each with very clearly identified strengths and weaknesses, in order to make it as easy to jump into as possible. 4 were playable in the preview build. Wilder is an all-rounder hero type with a good balance between speed and attack power. Guardian is a burly tank type with heavy attacks and increased damage resistance. Duchess
That's a nigga eagle. Okay.
is a nimble type with fast attacks and a killer quick-step ability, and Recluse is a mage type with ranged magical attacks. Additionally, each character features a unique skill and ultimate attack that both operate on cooldown timers. Wilder is able to use his hookshot skill to either reel in smaller enemies like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, or to quickly zip past the swinging arms of a major boss in order to sneak a few strikes in from behind. Guardian is able to conjure up a mini tornado to knock swarms of enemies off their feet, while Recluse can put a marker on an enemy so that every time that enemy is attacked, the damage is siphoned into boosts for her own HP. These unique abilities are all extremely useful in their own right, but finding ways to combine them with the special moves of your squad mates is key to surviving Nightreign's toughest
And there's
enemy
4 more
encounters. One strategy that my squad grew to rely on quite heavily was to unleash a damaging ultimate attack on an enemy, such as Guardian's swooping dive bomb, then immediately follow it up with Duchess's restage skill, which basically creates an instant replay of the last attack landed and allows you to double the total amount of damage inflicted. It's in finding killer combinations of moves such as these that the co-op focus of Nightreign really shines. And after
It's
multiple
gonna be fun as shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing this with my friends, bro. Damn, that looks fire. It looks fire so far. I think I don't know what the other 4 classes are. We're gonna have to wait till like next year, but yeah, it sounds really fun because I like shit like this. You know, this is a good twist. I'm not gonna lie, From Software is working, bro. There's like something every goddamn year so far. Like, I think we had Armored Core 6 last year. We got DLC this year, which is pretty much a whole new fucking game. Next year we got a whole new fucking game, pretty much. But they're working, bro. They're working.
failed attempts, my squad was finally able to progress through to the
Yeah, I think I'm gonna run like get like a mage and then like two melees.
third day of the cycle, which climaxed in a fight against a snarling Cerberus-like beast called Gladius, which forced my team to coordinate and queue up skills and ultimate attacks with painstaking precision in order to
He looks
overcome
annoying
it.
as shit.
Gladius is just the first of 8 major bosses to take down in Nightreign, each with their own 3-day cycle leading up to them.
He looks based as hell, I'm not gonna
In addition
lie.
to the randomization of enemy types and structures, Further wrinkles will be introduced into each boss cycle, such as live volcanoes and forests full of rot, in an effort to prevent the landscape from ever growing too predictable. That's along with random events like meteor strikes, swarms of giant ants to fend off, and the surprise invasion of powerful tormentors like Margit the Fell Omen in an attempt to impede your progress.
Margit.
In addition to the approachability...
He coming back for round... Well, he's technically like Morgott, kind of, so it's like round 3 maybe, I don't know.
Of its roster of playable characters, Nightreign has polished up a lot of Elden Ring's more abrasive edges to make it a far more friction-free experience. A new wall jump move allows you to quickly hop up and over steep sections of the terrain, while the removal of any fall damage means you can lunge off cliffs or down dark holes.
Oh, okay.
Without pausing to study your surroundings for safe platforms.
Good.
You only need to walk near a site of grace to top up your health and flasks. And if you want to spend some runes to level up, you just button mash through pages of auto leveling that best suits the base traits of your chosen character, rather than having to agonize over whether you should allocate a point to faith or dexterity, for example. It all gives each session the feeling of being shuttled along in an intense speed run, and you can get around even faster by using spectral hawks to vault across great distances of the map. Death is not necessarily...
It's like a mount, okay.
...necessarily the end in Nightreign either. If you find yourself down, you have a near-death meter that appears above you, and your squad mates must attack you while you crawl along the ground until the meter is reduced and you can return to the fray. It may sound slightly odd to basically kick a friend while they're down, but it's a system that works quite well, particularly since you can use ranged attacks like magic or crossbows to revive a down squad mate from a distance without the risk of putting yourself in harm's way. Should all 3 of you be wiped out at once, it's the end of the session, and you must restart day 1 with everyone back at level 1. So you need to stay on your toes in order to keep the rest of your squad on their feet whenever possible.
I was about to say, he was like, kick up. I'm like, oh, dude, motherfuckers just like get kicked out the session or something. They do that with some games, right? When somebody dies, it's just like a GG, you know, or they just leave. They probably will just leave. If you like randomly queue up with randoms, that's going to be annoying. But I mean, we'll see.
While there's no doubt that elements of it are inspired by the likes of Destiny and Diablo 4, it needs to be said that Elden Ring Nightreign is not a live service game.
Good.
Once you buy it, you get
thank God
access to the complete package.
Yes.
And there are no battle passes or microtransactions to contend with.
Hell yeah.
It can also be played in single player should you wish to stay offline with...
Oh, thank God, yeah. Because I'll probably try single player first.
Enemy health pools that scale down so that it's not too overwhelming for solo players. Although,
okay, fair.
Curiously, there are currently no plans to allow players to play in pairs. As someone who has sunk hundreds of hours into Elden Ring, both in the original 2022 game and this year's Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, I can confidently say that From Software is onto something truly spectacular with Nightreign. Cutting throats at breakneck speed with a pair of friends in tow has been a consistently exhilarating experience so far, and especially gratifying when you work together to topple its toughest bosses using each character's special abilities in tandem. Assuming the developers...
That fit looks fucking fire. I just look at her fit the entire time, like every time he shows it. Yeah, so I guess you can't play with like 2 players, so yeah, that's interesting. A little annoying, but that's fair enough. Yeah, well, if I want to play with like my brother or something, you know. I mean, it's fine, right? But if you want to play like 2 players, this should be like an option for that. They'll probably add it in maybe, but I mean, it's not really a big deal, to be honest.
Experience so far, and especially gratifying when you work together to topple its toughest bosses using each character's special abilities in tandem. Assuming the developers can throw enough randomized elements to keep each 3-day assault feeling fresh, then Elden Ring Nightreign could well provide an exciting change of pace for existing fans and an enticingly accessible entry point for newcomers when it launches sometime in 2025. So, what do you think? Are you excited for Elden Ring Nightreign, or do you prefer things slow and steady rather than rough and ready?
I like his background.
Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to read my full impressions and get your fix for all things Elden Ring Nightreign on IGN.
Alright.
Band together and prepare to claim.
He's gonna be really shit. Can you go through the tree again?
The life of the Night
I
Lord.
wonder who's behind there. Shoot, we had we had Elden Beast, and we had a fucking Radon Part 2. Well, who we gonna get next? Probably Millennia Part 2 or some shit. Or is it No, it's Millennia, I think. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of everybody. All the freaking golden child's names start with like an M, so it's kind of like confusing sometimes. But anyways, yeah, that sounds fire. That's gonna be it's gonna be a really fun game, especially to play with friends and shit. Because I do like the progression system, right? It's not really too different, but honestly, I just like the way they do it. It's really good because I get to go back into the universe, and I was already talking about this in like the Game Awards live stream. But yeah, like playing Elden Ring for the first time, you will never get that back, especially if it's like your first Souls game. For me, it was my first Souls game. That feeling of just not knowing jack shit and just like you just go wherever the fuck. I don't think I'll ever get that in a video game again. Well, I'll probably get it from another From Software game, and maybe somebody comes in the future. But that feeling, that's hard to come by now. That's very, very rare. That's very, very rare. W video seems pretty cool. And of course they can't do a fucking rating. They can't do a fucking rating on it, guys. You know. 7GN Nightreign characters confirmed stronger than Tarnished. They can hop off of a shelf and live. Yeah, no, I like that though. I really do. I don't know if that was a good choice for them to make, but I mean, it's one less thing to worry about, so yeah. For randomized map, you can have a new poison swap every time. Oh yeah, and it's randomized? That's pretty fucking fire. It's like some Minecraft shit. That's pretty fucking fire, bro. It being playable in solo mode. So he basically, it's kind of like he listened to us, like, because you'll kind of get that experience, like, every time with a randomized map. Yeah, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. Yeah, you get that Elden Ring feeling again for the first time. First time playing it, that feeling. Nice. Damn, 8 million? Well, I kind of watched it before. I'm not really like a Witcher player, guys. I mean, I'm gonna play the first 3 soon. I don't know if I'll post that, my reaction to the video. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's up on the live stream, but like you gotta like search for that shit, right? It's like 4 hours of footage. 2-player couch co-op would be a sick yeah. Oh, that would be amazing. Oh yeah, because I would be playing with my brothers all the time on that shit. Yeah, at least one of them. Like one of them moved out already. So yeah, no, that would be fire. That would actually be fire. Is Baldur's Gate 3 co-op couch? I think it is. It might be. I'm gonna let my bro, because he's playing it right now for the first time. I'm gonna let him like do his first playthrough by himself. But like if he wants to play again, yeah, man, yeah, couch co-op, that would be peak. Honestly, oh man, I'd play 1,000. I'd pay shit. I'd give my whole bank account for. Okay, maybe not. I gotta survive, guys, right? But yeah, that would be amazing. I hope with this co-op release, they will also add seamless co-op in the base game. We already have a mod that can do that more or less. Why can't they just add it so that we can play in official servers? Having 1 or 3 is also a bummer. There should be scaling on it. So what do you mean by seamless co-op? Oh, he means in the base game. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because that's only on PC. I don't think you can mod on Xbox for that game. Some games you can mod on Xbox. Like, I just heard there's Baldur's Gate 3 mods on Xbox. I was like, yeah, I'm going to repurchase it on Xbox. I already got it on PC, and I'm just going to, like, play it on my TV and, like, just chill with the mods, you know? Time for Radad, Consort of the Night. Yeah, because who is it going to be next, man? I don't want to lose my sanity again. I will puke blood. I can already see dozens of Fortnite messages near the ring of yeah. Modern is going to be insane. Yeah, this is actually going to be. Oh, especially with the maps being like a little bit different each time. Oh yeah, that's gonna be insane. This is gonna be real fun. It's gonna be game of the year. Yeah, it's probably GTA 6 still, right? But it's already kind of pre-established that GTA 6 is going to be game of the year next year. But this could be possibly, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, what do you guys think about the footage? I think we're about to like play something amazing again. I fucking love From Software, man. They're just bangers left and right, bangers left and right. So I'm a little excited. I mean, the 2-person thing, I mean, it's a little bit of annoying, but yeah, I mean, if they change that, you know, just to have 2 players, if, you know, somebody just wants to play with like their friend and like not some random, and also the couch co-op would be really, really good. But otherwise, it's sounding pretty fire. All right, but we'll see when that comes out. Yeah.
Shot at a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like a Black Ops 2. Just scammed a white kid out of some Gorilla Glue. I don't wanna fuck this bitch, she smell like poo poo.